ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਆਗੂ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਸਿਹਤ ਸੰਗਠਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਨੂੰ ਮਹਾਮਾਰੀ ਐਲਾਨੇ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਘੋਸ਼ਣਾ ਦੀ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਰ੍ਹੇਗੰਢ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਕੀਤੀ। ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਭਰ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਕੋਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੋ ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਮਹਾਮਾਰੀ ਕਾਰਨ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵਿਤ ਨਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੋਵੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰਕੋਪ ਵਿਖਾਇਆ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ 22,000 ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਰੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਅਲਾਮਤ ਕਾਰਨ ਮੌਤ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ।
Commemorating today the 1-year anniversary of COVID-19. And I think it's a very appropriate time to reflect on the impact of COVID-19. It has hit everyone in our country. It's hit people across the world, but it's hit certain people harder. And it's clear that it's hit our seniors in long-term care the hardest. And that is a national shame. We know it's also impacted our frontline workers, whether our grocery store workers or our healthcare workers that have put their lives at risk to protect us. And we know that it is disproportionately impacted Indigenous and racialized people, people who work in jobs that bring the food and supply and goods that we need. Logistics, transportation, warehouses are often racialized people who are more likely to get sick and get infected by COVID-19. And then Indigenous communities that have been worried and anxious about what a outbreak would mean to communities that have faced historic and ongoing injustice, so they don't have the same access to healthcare. So when we reflect on all these communities and people that have been so hard hit, we've got to think about solutions, things that we need to do now to help communities and people immediately, but also prevent this from ever happening again. We've got to remove profit out of long-term care. We've got to better protect our seniors with national standards of care. We need to make sure workers that take care of our seniors are paid a good salary. We know that work conditions are directly connected to health and care conditions. We know that we've got to do better to make sure we support the people who've lost their jobs. And women have been some of the hardest hit when it comes to job loss. So we need to invest in childcare. We need to make sure we produce the vaccine and drugs, critical drugs here in Canada. We need to make sure we own that ability to produce it. There's so much that we need to do, but we need to really focus on committing to preventing this from ever happening again. Donc, quand on pense aujourd'hui sur le fait que c'est le premier anniversaire de la pandémie, on pense de tout le monde qui a été frappé fort par la COVID-19, mais on sait qu'il y a des communautés qui étaient les plus frappées et on pense de nos aînés, le fait qu'on ait perdu plus de 22 000 personnes et la plupart étaient nos aînés, particulièrement dans les centres de soins de longue durée.